So, Happy New Year! As the first order of business here for 2023, we're going to take one more look at 2022. So, we're going to do a year in review, 2022. And this is a year in review for the things that I bought. So, I guess it's a little bit of a narcissistic year in review, but I do think that this kind of thing adds some clues to what I've been showing on the channel, and I always enjoy this kind of thing anyway, so we're going to ignore the funny feelings and just kind of jump in. 2022 was a little bit of a grind in a lot of ways. There weren't wild gains coming in from investments, at least not my investments, and real estate was pretty weird as well. And then on top of that, there weren't a lot of swings in gold, except when that one country invaded the other country, but we're going to keep the commentary quick here. So I'll just say that there weren't a lot of wild forces pushing me to buy more. There were 2 out of 12 months, though, where I slowed down and I picked up a quarter ounce of gold rather than my typical amount. Now, I'm not going to say something dumb like I only picked up a lesser amount, because the amount of what I've been buying, it's not the important part. I have a channel about gold, so there are a lot of things that I do that are anomalies. All of this stuff is relative. There are a lot of people who buy a lot more than I do, but I still realize that some of this just isn't normal. I also realize that if you're coming into this video cold, it could look like a little bit of a brag. That, of course, is not the intent here. Speed this up, right? Well, I'm going to try to pick through some of that as I run through my 2022 purchases. And if nothing else, I'm just going to try to point out which were purchases that were logical and which weren't. Now, all of this, it's all fun for me, so I'm not giving any apologies here. I just wanted to point out that it's not meant as a comparison to anything else, except maybe my own purchases in 2021, which coincidentally just happened to be the same as I purchased in 2022. In total, I picked up 26 ounces of gold. I picked up another 30 ounces of silver. And then I grabbed a few ancient coins. I've got some quick stories for all of this. I'm trying to group them to speed this along, and I'm just going to start at the top of my list of priorities. I picked up 12 ounces of standard US Mint bullion in 2022, and that number is not a coincidence. I plan to get an ounce of US gold each month. The only real surprise here is that I did grab some quarter ounce eagles as well. I grabbed 6 buffaloes, 5 1 ounce American gold eagles, and 4 quarter ounce eagles. The quarters were tough. I was watching for deals on these the entire year, and I really only found what I considered a decent deal 3 of those times. I think I picked up the 4th in the wake of the invasion when I was slowing things down, because when I look at the price, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, I think that there's a lot to say about the premiums on US bullion lately, but we're going to have to come back to that. I want to keep this moving. Next up, I grabbed some US Mint Commemoratives. I must have been feeling pretty good going into 2022, because I went into it wanting to grab a half-ounce Walking Liberty and a few other higher premium coins. Now, normally these aren't on my list, but the Gold Walker has always been my favorite window shopping coin, and I finally decided to grab one. It wasn't cheap, and I don't keep it with the rest of my coins, so it's a little bit of an outlier for me. I'm thinking maybe I need another one to even it out. Now, I also grabbed a 2009 Ultra High Relief Double Eagle. The slab on this one threw a few people, since I've already proven to be a little bit of a low IQ savage when it comes to graded collectibles, but as you can see, I have not busted this one out of jail yet. The reason I landed on a graded coin, it's pretty simple. This MS-70 coin was cheaper than any raw ungraded version that I had found any time up to that point in the year. And I just assumed that I could bust it out of the slab immediately, and then I would be happy, because first of all, I got a discount, and second of all, it'd just be a higher quality coin. But the idea of keeping this one locked away, graded, it's kind of growing on me. I don't know why, because this is not a particularly rare coin, but I already have a freed version. I guess we'll see. So next up, I grabbed some coins that I've said in the past that I don't think make a lot of sense. I grabbed the 1/867 ounce LMU Squad coins. Now, these were for fun. I had reasons, not really my own, but there were some strong arguments for them on the Discord channel, so I grabbed 3. I only have this Napoleon to show right now, but I also grabbed a Rooster and a Lucky Angel, and I'm just rounding the 3 of them down to half an ounce. I ran some experiments with these coins at coin shops and shows. We'll come back to that. Now, the Perth Mint's Chinese Myths and Legends series coins, these are always on my list, and I grabbed 2 of this year's Gold Dragon release. I was planning to buy a third, and the quick explanation there is that the Perth Mint releases their series coins at a very low premium. And once the coins are sold out, the price jumps up. So if you buy and you hold an extra coin, it's a little bit like a pre-order on the upcoming coin, since you'll get a significant discount, at least typically, because that extra coin, it's typically going to sell for a lot more than a new one. But at risk of sounding like a broken record here, I think there's a longer story. We'll come back to it. The reason that I didn't buy that third dragon is that I picked up 3 2022 Great Britain Royal Arms coins. These coins, they sold for the same low premiums that we were seeing on Britannia, so I picked up 2 early on, and then I grabbed another one when the Queen passed. I figured at some point, maybe they'll appreciate out of novelty, and if they don't, I'll still have some great looking coins for 3.5% premium. Now, we saw some pretty significant drops in the spot price of silver, and I picked up a few ounces there as well. I said a few times in 2021 that I was going to grab some more silver when spot dropped below $20 again, and that's what I did. Now, there was some doubt in the comments. Anytime that I would bring that up, I was informed that we would just never see silver in the teens again. And I'm sure now I'm going to be informed that I'm somehow gloating, but when silver dumped this past year, I grabbed 10 American Silver Eagles and 2 10-ounce RCM bars. The premium still prevented me from doing more. Both of those are high premium options, but the RCM bars were on sale at the time. And then I have a little bit more that I didn't actually pay for. Clean Money Gold, well, he sent me a few silver coins from the Perth Mint. I'm not really sure why. I think he's just nicer than I am. And then my friends at JM Bullion, they sent me some BGASC rounds when they acquired the company. At Free Silver, it's kind of the best silver, but I'm not including these in my totals. I'm keeping them, of course, but this is the kind of thing that I guess I'm going to try to pay forward. They will be a net zero for me in terms of weight. Next up are some ancient coins. This is really a category that I'm trying to wade into, but I'm really trying to be careful about it. I did not include the metal weight here in my count. Technically, this would be a little bit more than an ounce of total silver weight, but you just do not value ancient Greek coins, Roman coins, Macedonian coins in ounces. Now, I stumbled on the Philip II bronze coin, Alexander III style tetradrachm, and then I got this Athenian Owl. Now, this was the coin that I was really after, and I horrified a few people by busting out a highly graded specimen, but this is a coin that I want to hold. The fun really for me is imagining how these were used more than 2,000 years ago, and I'm just not going to leave a coin like this locked behind some cheap plastic. Now, early in the year, I decided to pick up some more pre-33. I grabbed 2 of my favorites, the Half Eagle Indian Head and then this Liberty Head Double Eagle. The premiums to start off with on Indian heads, they've just been out of control. They go for more than $750 easy, but early in the year, I found a really nice ungraded coin at a decent price, and I jumped on it. This Liberty Head, this took me a little bit longer to find. I ended up buying a slabbed coin graded MS63, and to everybody's delight, again, I busted it out. And okay, fine. Not everybody was delighted. There was some booze in there too. And that gets us to the Perth Mint Lunar Series 3 coins. This is a series that really surprised me. The Series 1 and 2, I know they were popular, but my local shops had mentioned a few times that some of the years in the series, they just didn't do well. Some did, some didn't, and it just never made sense to me to collect the whole run because of it. But when the Tiger came out, the Series 3 Tiger, it made me take a new look at this entire Series 3. I think the quality is just way ahead of both the prior runs, so I set up some watch scripts for the mouse, for the ox, and I grabbed them both. I grabbed a 1 ounce ox, a 1 ounce mouse, and then I also found a 1/4 ounce mouse for a little bit of a higher premium. And then later in the year, I grabbed a 1 ounce and a 1/4 ounce rabbit as soon as the pre-orders hit. I was hoping to find another version of the rabbit, but it didn't make it to the domestic dealers. Okay, so I saved the best for last. And it is not this coin. This is a 2022 Australia 1 ounce gold dragon proof. I do like the coin a lot, but it was a stand-in for an earlier coin in the series that I've been trying to get a hold of. And through watching that, I've noticed just how crazy the ask prices are on prior releases here in this series. So I figured maybe this one could do well too. We'll see. I jumped at the notification because this is another one of those coins that has a limited mintage of 188. And last but not least, the 2022 Year of the Tiger 1 ounce gold proof high relief coin. Now this, to me, it's not even in the same league as anything else that I've shown. It's rare with a mintage of 188, and it will be worth a lot more than the metal content. But this particular coin is just a lot more meaningful than anything else that I got a hold of this year. I did include it in my total weight accumulated, but I will never sell it. This is one that's going to be handed down to one of my kids, and I'm going to keep it out of the spreadsheet in the meantime. It's a complicated story to tell, at least to tell quickly, so I'll just say that I caught some luck getting a hold of it right at a time where I also caught some really bad luck. I'm not sure that you catch bad luck. Maybe it catches you anyway. We're going to have to come back to the full story of how I ended up with it. One of you knows it's a pretty amazing story, but the quality of the coin, I think, it's pretty clear. You can see it just looking at it. I don't have any gold nicer than this. So that's it. 26 ounces of gold, a little bit of silver, some other fun stuff. Definitely a good year for me. I had a lot of help stacking this up, channel audience in general, and then a few people specifically. I think most of you know who you are, so thank you. And thanks to all of you just for watching these things. You make it a lot more fun to stick to it. Now, if you want to let us know how 2022 went for you, we'd all love to hear it, so let us know. You can be as specific or as vague as you'd like, and then just hit that like button if you found any of this interesting. It's a big help to the channel. Be sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on if you want to see more on the topic. And if you're still here, thanks again for watching. I always appreciate your time. Take care.